Greetings, fellow conquerors, and welcome back to the Ottomans in EU4, where sometimes going out to eat really is the better option. We've we've taken a lot of land, you know, just in our first war, going against the Byzantines, historically taking over Constantinople, upsetting a lot of people in the fan base. I'm a Byzantium. I know who you are. I know you're real. Okay, here we go. So the thing I was talking about last episode, where we get Constantinople for free, we could just pop this button, save ourselves 200 admin points, and suddenly we have Constantinople as our capital, and that's great. So obviously we're gonna do that, and not only that, but we're gonna go full MAGA here, and we made Constantinople great again. Look at that! It's 34 development now, up from 23. Pretty big deal. This is now a huge province, and this is our capital as well. And so we just drastically improved ourselves here. We have 390 development already out of the 3,000 that we're planning to end this campaign on. Now, some of you may be saying, "Well, that's a really easy number to hit, Dark. Why would you do that? I mean, that's just really easy." And you know what? You're right, we're playing as the Ottomans, it is really easy, you got me. But that's not really the point of this campaign. The point of this campaign is to see, is this game actually playable without the DLC? And so far, I'd say it's pretty playable. We're doing alright. We've unlocked temples. Sorry, mosques. Even though a mosque is just a temple for a different... It's fine. Let's go ahead and build a couple mosques in some of our big wig provinces. Increase our monthly income, because yes, Venice has rivaled us. They took like wait a minute here. What happened? How did this war end? They took Zeta and stopped. They took more land from Bosnia. Well, they took one province from Bosnia, I guess. I guess it wasn't that crazy. But apparently taking those couple of provinces makes them stronger than... Okay, that's just silly. We have a ton of forts. I mean, like, a ton of forts. I'm not actually sure we need all of them. So, we'll hold on to this one while there's still, like, the rebel problem to deal with. But, I mean, really, look at all these forts. Like, it's like so much of our economy is going towards that. It's crazy. I'm not a big fan of that. Oh, our spy was found out. Well, that's okay. We're still going to fabricate a claim on you, Wallachia. I mean, you don't have any allies. Who will protect Wallachia? Will no one take up that mantle? Is no one brave enough to defend Wallachia? I mean, really. Our income is through the roof. Our force limit is probably ridiculous. Yeah, 39. Do we need 39,000 troops? I mean, I don't necessarily think so. We're going to hold off on building up to that force limit for a minute here, just because the number of troops that we have and the quality of troops that we have is just insane. It's just silly. Oh, hey! We could actually ally the Ottomans. Or, sorry, we could actually ally Aragon. And that would actually fix a lot of our problems in our country. Now, that's just great. Why would we guarantee... You know, that's great if you're playing as Ragusa. I have no interest in guaranteeing their independence. I mean, really, this is just silly. I don't want that. I'd much rather have an alliance with Aragon. We can get +2 national unrest for 5 years or lose 10 prestige. Well, this goes away. 10 prestige loss does not just go away. You have to build that back up, so as far as I'm concerned, that's much better. And now we have Aragon as an ally, which will prevent Austria from wanting to fight against us for the most part. Will seriously help curb Hungary. I apologize if there's a lawnmower in the background. Apparently the landscaping people have decided that Tuesday morning is a really good time to come by and mow the lawn, as it were. Well, hey, we have provinces we can convert. That'll help with the whole religious unity thing. Let's do it. Now, obviously, we're looking to attack Karaman here. We have many claims. Hold on. So if we build up to 85% of our force limit, we get all these free claims. Well, that's pretty nice. So I say we should do that. We're going to go ahead and kill our army maintenance so we can start building up some armies. The Yaya infantry. All right. That sounds like a Total War unit. And I could just picture it now, like they're yelling out their name as you select them in combat. Yaya infantry. Yaya infantry. I love it. We have a lot of rebel factions. A lot of people who are a little upset. Admittedly, we did just take over a bunch of land. How close are we to legalism here? Let's keep moving towards legalism, because I like money, as it happens. What's the force limit on all these provinces? I mean, it's crap, right? Like, I'm not crazy. Help! I can't move because I don't have clothes. It's the dangers of low maintenance. You build new troops and they're like, oh, how do walking? I don't get it. Let's see, any other provinces with good supply limits? Not really. It's not really a thing. How are those core constructions going? It's getting there. Anyway, we're in second, probably after France, if I had to guess. Alright, so now we can reform the Imperial Army. And now we have claims everywhere, I think? Oh, yeah. That's tasty. Cool. So, as we can see, the mission structure, even in vanilla, is really, really helpful, at least for the Ottomans, and probably is for a lot of the other major nations as well, if I had to guess. Admittedly, in this run, we're probably not going to see a lot of the things that the DLC makes better. You know what I mean? Our armies are perfectly... There's a perfect amount of cavalry in them. No problems there. I really have no problem attacking Canada. Oh, wow, Crimea. Crimea's getting... He's having a bad time. He's having a really bad time, actually. Alright. Why is he having such a bad time? Did he get into a bad war or something? He has like 100-something in dead. Did he lose to Theodoro? He had a true... Oh, no, he's their subject now. Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, how did that happen? What did we miss? Right? Okay. So pretty much once these cores get done constructing, I think we're going to go ahead and go to war again. So, and if you're new and watching this, when you attack and take land from people of other religions and cultures tend to care less. So if you take Catholic land, Catholics tend to care more than the Muslim nations and vice versa. So by splitting our wars between Christians and Muslims, we will get effectively a lot less aggressive expansion with either party. Which is really, really nice, as you might imagine. We can make states. Oh, it's literally just Kosovo. Well, that's not very good to us right now, is it? Now, having such a great leader starting out... Oh, Ragusa immediately gets conquered without us there to defend them, and frankly, I could care less. I don't care about Ragusa. We get no benefit defending them. It's just one province. I think we're going to build up a little bit of a war chest, just because Mentesha... Oh, they're just... Why are the Knights even trying, you know? I think that's... Oh, they're allied to Venice now. Alright. Sure. But, you know, we're allied to Venice's ally, so that's basically never going to happen, because if Venice attacks us, their own ally is going to eat them, which is just comical to me. I mean, let's be real here. That's pretty dirty of me to do that. We're going to build a marketplace in Constantinople to help facilitate trade, because it has so much trade power. And we have a pretty good trade node. It's not the best in the entire game, but it is one of the better trade nodes in Constantinople, which I really like. I mean, this is just such a strong start. You can't go wrong with an Ottomans game. If you ever just need to kick back, relax, take over some land, make some cores, you know, become a gigantic pain in the neck for every country in the world, just pop on the Ottomans. It's fine. You have a good time. I'm having a good time. Corfu is fabricating claims. That's relevant information. I'm sure that like knowing that is gonna really change the game here. We still have 10 transports somehow. That is fascinating. We're gonna build some boats though. Get better at the whole trading thing. Yeah, the Serbian and Byzantine separatists are gonna raise up pretty soon. Okay, so we got another estate event happening. Poland has been caught fabricating claims. I mean, that would be a sucky war, but I think we'd still win it at this point in the game. Yeah, we would. We're gonna have to deal with Poland and Lithuania at some point, I'm pretty sure, but for now, though, there's an entire world in this direction that we can expand into and become just this gigantic monster before we focus on Europe. Although in the meantime, I'm sure there'll be some point Austria gets dragged into a war that he doesn't want to be in. Hungary's left without a real ally of any description that matters, and we can just take over Hungary at that point, pretty much. Let's see. Looks like 50% is the resting point for loyalty on these estates, so that's pretty nice. I think I want to go ahead. Let's see, so either we lose admin and the merchants gain loyalty, or we lose Diplo and we the nobility gains 10 loyalty. Well, let's go ahead and do the nobility then, because land maintenance modifier 10% is pretty nice. Now apparently, all right, so what's going on here? Estates with a loyalty level under 40% will result in a negative modifier for your country and unrest in provinces they control. What provinces do they control? Man, I don't know. I haven't done I haven't done estates before. See, is there a map mode for that? Surely there's a... Here we go. Alright, so that's the nobility. That's the clergy. And the merchants have one province to their name. Alright. Yeah, that's not a problem. The autonomy goes up because they control it, I think, right? Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Alright, we've finished making our cores. Unfortunately, we do have some Serbian separatists that are about to rise up, but to be honest with you, I'm not particularly concerned. Our manpower is a little bit low, though, considering... We have Ottoman peasants? Oh, just in Constantinople. So, actually, what I think we're going to do... I think we are going to go ahead and just chill out for a second. Start, make sure we kill off these Serbian separatists in Kosovo. I think we'll start with that. And then any other rebels that are going to pop up relatively soon. In Athens, there's going to be a rebellion before too long. But we're mostly waiting on the Serbian separatists, though. They're going to be the big guys here. But once we deal with those, we're immediately going to war with Karaman, because I don't think they have any allies of any import. If we go to our missions here... Yeah, we can consolidate Asia Minor, and that gives us further claims, which is always nice. We can go ahead and pick up Military Tech 5, which we're going to do. Allows us to get Azab infantry. How much better are those? So they have one defensive shock pip over, which is good, helps reduce casualties, and one more offensive morale. That's really strong. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And that is good stuff. Venice has claimed Athens. That's fine. They're allowed to claim things, you know. That's not completely a waste here. We'll go ahead and fabricate claims on you, Wallachia. The thing about Wallachia, right, is that they're never going to have allies because nobody likes them. And while that is very sad to say out loud, and I feel bad for them, we're not going to have problems. I think I am going to go ahead and fabricate claims on Venice as well as Hungary, though. Just go ahead and get loaded up for that. Alright, in roughly 1.5 years we'll have a rebellion in Kosovo, which is good. Good in the sense that we'll be there to catch it, you know. In 1.5 years, I mean, we'll have another 4,000 manpower or so, which is pretty nice. The downside with rebels, though, is that they always fight using your army strength. And that sucks. I think I want to double down on trade. Let's see. Oh, it looks like Aragon is trying to break their alliance with us. Maybe we can... Oh, Aragon feels threatened by us. Maybe we can improve relations, get them to stop breaking alliance. Because again, their alliance is really important to us because it's stopping Venice from being a big poo-poo head. I don't think we're gonna be able to save it though. They're threatened. They have too many diplomatic relations. That's just not gonna be in the cards for them, I don't think. Which means he will be looking for a new ally. France is interested, but I don't want to get dragged into French wars, to be perfectly honest with you. We may just be standing on our own 2 feet for a while here, which is fine, because, you know, we're the Ottomans. So who cares if we're standing on our own feet, because we can do that. Alright, it's time to protect trade. Alright, yeah, Aragon broke their alliance. It's fine. I mean, they're threatened by us, so they don't want to go to war with us. What's interesting is Venice still considers us to be their rival, so... Alright, we can actually make Moria a state? I think we want to do that. Yeah, we want to do that. We'll go ahead and core all the provinces in there. Okay, the Serbian separatists are going to rise up pretty much any day now. Alright, and the Serbian separatists have fired. The general is a 1-2-3, we have a 3-3, so this should be, even though we're taking a -1 for moving into the highlands, this should be a pretty resounding victory. Yep. That's cool. I noticed they added in new sound effects for the earlier battles that don't have, like, gunfire, which is a pretty nice touch, actually. Because for the longest time, you know, even in the medieval era, which we're at the end of the medieval era, you know, you'd have that sound. Oh yeah, we know about India, but Europe still doesn't know about that. They're like, what even is an India? Okay, Moorish Refugees, because Granada has fallen to Castile. We can like Castile, or we can get 1 base tax for 50 Diplo and 25 admin. We also get -5% tech cost for 25 years. I'd say that's worth the initial investment there. We're more than going to pay for that in tech costs. So, like with 1 tech, we're going to pay for that. So, and also, who cares about Castile? I mean, really. Yeah, not even remotely interested. We do have the Byzantine separatists in Athens that want to rise up. Problem with that is that Athens is actually a pretty decent province, so we don't want to just give that up. How long until they rise up? About another 2 years. Well, the problem is we don't have 2 years to wait. So I think we're just going to go ahead and start sieging with this army. Once the month passes. Okay, so I don't believe Kandar has any... And I know it's not Kandar. I know it's not Kandar. Please, the comments are going to come. They're going to be in waves. It's Shandar, or however you pronounce it. It's not Kandar. Damn you, Dark. Okay. But yeah, we can call him as a co-belligerent. It doesn't matter, because, you know, it doesn't. We'll go ahead and... So the interesting thing is, normally I would consider calling in a Karakoyunlu as an offensive ally here. The problem with the fact that we don't have the Art of War DLC is we can't actually transfer any of our provinces. So if we call in an ally and they siege down somebody's fort, we're screwed because then we can't actually do anything with it, which sucks. But we're going to go ahead and make a We're gonna make Konya, I believe, is the province we want. 14, okay. Which, by the way, I don't know how to use the states, really, so if you have suggestions on, like, when and how to give provinces to the estates, that would be appreciated, because, again, I haven't really looked at it. I'm sure I could find a guide online, but, yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and declare war here. We will call on their ally as a co-belligerent. So actually, we're gonna go deal with their ally first. I probably should have thought of that, but it looks like are they losing a war to Dulkadir at the moment? No, they're winning against Dulkadir. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Well, we're not gonna let them blockade us because we actually have a fleet now. Well, we want our merchant guild to have a little bit of loyalty, you know, because that'll bring back that trade efficiency, which is pretty good. And let's go ahead and blockade this port after we sink their entire fleet. Good stuff. And there we go. A little bit of blockade action there. And we do have the Byzantine separatists threatening to rise up, but one of the perks of being such a big nation is that we can have an offensive and a defensive army to work for us when we're fighting these smaller nations, so they can't just carpet siege us or anything like that. I think we're going to be able to, first of all, we're going to be able to full annex Kandar. That's not a problem. As for Karaman, we're going to be able to take a lot of their land. I don't know if we'll be able to take all of it in one war, so we'll see what happens there. Moldavia was caught building a spy network. Yeah. France has canceled the military access. Okay, the Ottoman army was traditionally mainly composed of cavalry in the mid-14th century. Orhan I and later on his son Murad I introduced janissaries formed from prisoners of war and slaves. The janissaries went on to become an elite standing infantry regularly paid and highly disciplined. Let's continue building them up. I know this leads to a disaster later, so we get 10% manpower recovery speed, 5% infantry combat ability, 2.5% discipline, and the Janissary coup disaster becomes available after the Age of Discovery. Well, let's go ahead and build them up. What could possibly go wrong? I wish I gave a description of like what was going to happen, but you know. Okay. I believe we can just... No, we can't full annex them yet. Because the war just started, basically. But effectively, they're out of the war already, so... We'll go ahead and crush the rest of their fleet. Let's go repair these ships in Constantinople while we're walking. Hungary is threatening our trade. Oh. Hungary. That's not cool. Now the Mamluks are allied with Fezzan. We'll just call them the Fez. And you know, ooh, what a threatening ally, man. That's a dangerous one, all right. It's tempting to get Admin Tech 5, but the fact is we're going to have a lot of provinces to core after this war is over. Alright, looks like Karaman's doing some basic sieging out there. Well, that's not really going to help them all that much, I don't think. Manas tells us of the Peasants' War. Looks like Karaman full annexed Dulkadir. Alright. Now, as you can see, their siege progress is not going particularly well. We're going to send our defensive army over to stop that, actually. Cool, we've won the siege of Karaman. Let's go ahead and send our fully repaired fleet over to blockade Isel, Isel, Usul, Weisel. There's no W there, I just thought it'd be fun to say. Alright, now it is a grasslands province. I think we have a better leader. Yeah, we have a better leader in the shock phase, which is all that matters right now. We get a claim on teams against the Hungarians. Alright. I'm a big fan of that. Okay, well, we caught Kandar's army. Will they accept peace now? Alright. You're also going to give me all your gold. Okay, so we've taken them out of the war. Now we don't... There's no mission or decision to just annex that stuff for free. I don't think. So we're going to have to core these ourselves, which is fine. In the meantime, let's go ahead and finish this siege. Corfu has been discovered. Man, I really feel I gotta turn those... Like, they're very useful when you're a small nation, because you're like, oh, the big nation is fabricating claims on me. But when you're a big nation, it's like, who cares if, like, a one-province miner is fabricating? It makes no difference. Let's see. Sufi orders are growing in popularity, so we can get we can move 10% towards legalism. Kastamonu loses monthly autonomy, or we can where is Kastamonu? Is that one of those Greek provinces? I don't think it is. Oh, it's the one we just took over. Well, yeah, I want to lower autonomy for free and get legalism. That sounds great. What's the downside? 70,000 rebels pop up. Oh, God. Let's see. Move 20 towards legalism, 20 prestige, lose 37 ducats, and 10 loyalty from... Cool. Well, I'm a big fan. You're not getting peace, Karaman. It's not happening. I don't even... What do we even want in this peace deal? I'm just thinking about this as I'm sieging. Okay, so what do we need for the mission to consolidate Asia Minor? So we need all provinces in the Karaman area and Isel. Okay. Where's the Karaman area? So it's this whole section plus Isel. Okay. Now this is interesting because this seems like a threatening coalition. I don't actually think it is. Like, the Mamluks are the biggest threat there, and to be honest, we outclass the Mamluks. We have a better military, we have a better economy, we'll have more troops. I'm really not threatened at all by the Mamluks in this situation. So let's go ahead and just let's go ahead and take all this land. We'll go ahead and take all the ducats. You won't let me take all your ducats? Or ongoing battles. Oh, the naval battle. Sir, our boats are still fighting. You can't take my ducats. Alright, so we can't ask for war reparations, which is one of the best, it's one of the best things in the game you can do, I think, and like in my opinion, but... Alright, well, let's go ahead and do that. Really don't care what a lot of these countries think. Even though the Mamluks will be like, I want coalition. Like, it's not going to matter. We have good allies. We have a strong country ourselves. Really, really not worried about it whatsoever. Now look at that. That's a nice, consolidated little Turkish land. Well, not little. It's pretty big, actually. And we fulfilled our mission. So what do we get? We get even more claims, manpower recovery speed, and cavalry cost down. Oh! Look at all those claims! They're popping up like daisies. Alright. We can go ahead and pick up another Diplotech while we're at it, since we finished our peace deal, and we're close to getting our national ideas as well. Again, I'd really like to get humanist ideas for our first national idea group, but before we do pick one, let me know what you think in the comments if you've watched this far, because I'm thinking either quantity ideas to expand our already good military, or getting humanist ideas to stop with the problem of rebels, because that's going to be our biggest inhibition to growing at the moment. But anyway, we're off to a great start so far after 2 episodes. I mean, we're at the goal of 3,000. We're currently at 453. Growing rather rapidly in every direction, and I think things are going to be pretty good for us. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more in the future. And if you want to support the series in the most direct way, consider supporting me on Patreon, link in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one.